Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to keep your brushes clean and sanitized between uses so that you don't spread infections and bacteria over your skin. If you've ever been using a makeup brush and afterwards your eye is kind of itchy and irritated, even when you're using a makeup that you've used before without irritation, it's probably a case of a dirty brush, okay? And just like when you're using your mascara or lipsticks and things like that, you do not want to share with other people. But if you have to use one of your brushes on someone else, you want to clean and sanitize it before so that your germs aren't getting on them, and after so that their germs aren't getting on you. Okay? So that's very important. Now this is much different than deep cleaning your brushes. I will do a video later on deep cleaning your brushes. This is just a video on how to keep your brush clean and sanitized between uses. So I would probably deep clean my brush twice a month, about every 2 weeks, and then I would sanitize my brushes in between uses. So when I'm done doing my makeup, whatever brushes I've used for that particular application, I will sanitize them between uses. And that, it doesn't just keep the spread of bacteria down, but it also keeps your brushes clean so that you don't mix colors, and it keeps the life of your bristles longer because they're not building up with gunk constantly. Today is by Afterglow Cosmetics, and it's the Organic Lavender Brush Cleanser. This stuff is really awesome. What's great about this is not only does it clean, but it sanitizes too. A lot of commercial brush cleaners just clean. They don't sanitize at the same time. So that's why this is great. Also, it's a no rinse formula. You do not have to rinse it, although sometimes I do. It's just that's personal preference. You are not required to rinse after you use this product. So what you want to do is when you clean a brush, you never want to hold it like this. You always want to hold it down. And that's because this part of the brush, that's typically metal, sometimes plastic if you have a cheap brush, but a good brush should have a wooden handle and a metal ferrule. This is the ferrule, and this is the part that attaches the bristles to the wand or the handle. Now in here is an adhesive. There's usually some sort of glue inside of there to keep the bristles shaped and in there so that you don't, go like this and get a bunch of loose hairs on your face. If your brush is shedding a lot, it's time to replace it. If you get 1 or 2 hairs here and there, like not every time you do your makeup, but just once in a while, that's okay. Normal shedding can occur. And that's mostly with natural hair bristles. Synthetic brushes don't shed as much, okay? Now, when you hold your brush like this and clean it, the moisture will get down into the ferrule and can degrade the glues. And that will also shorten the life of your brush, and you don't want that. So we hold our brushes like this, and with this Organic Lavender Cleanser, I just like to hold a tissue behind it just to prevent overspray and things like that. And then I'm just going to give it 1 spritz on each side. I'm only going to be about 2 to 3 inches away from the brush. Give it a quick spray. Okay. Now I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to kind of work it into the brush. Smells really good. And then I'm just going to take the same tissue and I'm going to work in a back and forth motion and a side to side motion. And that brush looked pretty darn clean, but as you can see, it was not. It was pretty dirty. It's got some looks like thunder. That's probably the last color I used. It's a dark blue. Okay, so then what you want to do is turn your tissue over and wipe it on a clean spot. If you're still getting a little bit of color coming off, again, hold your brush upside down, spray once on each side, wipe, and then test a clean spot. And now we have a clean brush. Now, what's true for cleaning is true for the drying. You do not want to dry a brush in your cup like this. It's very easy to just want to stick it in your brush cup. But again, any moisture in here can run into the ferrule and basically ruin the glues in there. So what I like to do is I like to lay out a clean towel and just lay them on their side like this. If you have a really thick brush like this, when you lay it on a flat surface, you know, sometimes the brush can dry funky, but when it's completely dry, if you just go like this, it should fluff right back up and look, you know, in its original condition. So with a larger brush, now that's how I would clean the small brushes like this, you know, just one squirt on each side. I would do that also with my eyeliner brushes. Something like this crease brush, I would probably go ahead and give it maybe 2 spritzes on each side. Work it in just like this between my fingers, like a rolling motion. And then I would proceed to clean it. A big brush like this is a face brush that's usually for blush or loose powder. This brush right here, I do a little bit differently only because it is so big, so large. So what I would do, let me get a clean tissue. Okay, I would still hold it upside down because, again, with the ferrule, and this is especially true for big brushes. I mean, look how big that ferrule is. That's a lot of room for stuff to get down in there, so be careful. Okay, so I hold it upside down. Now this one I would not only do a spritz on the front, I would get the sides, and I would do a quick spritz on the bottom of the brush. Not too close because you don't want to force that spray up in there, but because it has such a large surface area, just spraying the sides isn't going to cut it. So again, sides, front, and then a quick spritz on the bottom of the brush. And then I just take my fingers and work it in. And it will, if I put it in my hand, like sometimes I like to take a spritz in the palm of my hand, okay, and gently dip the brush like that, and then work it in a circle. And sometimes you'll get like a slight sudsing action, but generally it's not too bad. But this will, you know, you just want to work it in to your bristles before you start wiping it on the towel, because a thick brush is more surface area for bacteria to grow. And because this is a sanitizing product, I want to make sure my bristles are evenly moistened. They don't have to be drenched and soaking. And then circle motions, front, back, side to side. This brush was actually pretty clean. I just did my deep clean about a week ago, and I spray it with that in between every use, so there's really never much of a buildup on my brushes, but there's some blush on this. Okay, and there's just a little bit, not much, just a little bit through here. So then I would give it one more spray, upside down. That's the rule. And a quick wipe. Now, on my large brushes, I do like to rinse it briefly. When you rinse it, use lukewarm water. There's no reason to use hot water. You've already sanitized. And then hold it upside down under the water, and try not to get where the handle and the ferrule meet right here. Try not to get that wet, because again, there's a certain amount of glue in there that holds your handle in the ferrule, just like it holds the bristles in. So try to just let the water hit the brush, not the ferrule or the handle. If it gets on there, just wipe it off immediately. I mean, one time is not going to ruin your brush, okay? So I don't want you to get scared of cleaning your brushes. Just take the necessary precautions and you should be fine. And besides, I haven't had a problem with these Afterglow brushes at all. They're very well made. Cheaper brushes, obviously, you might have more shedding, but I haven't had one of these brushes shed yet. And prom season is coming up, And I've got about 6 or 7 clients already lined up to do their makeup for prom and senior pictures. Got a couple of those. And so this is definitely something that's going to go right in my train case, so that in between clients I can clean and sanitize my brushes. That's important. So I hope this helped you guys out. Just go to afterglowcosmetics.com if you want more information on some of the ingredients found in this product. It's fast, it's easy. I can do all of my Afterglow brushes in probably less than 5 minutes. It's really easy. Sometimes I get them all lined up like this, line all the brushes up, spray, 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 like 3 sprays on the front, 3 sprays on the back, work them all around, and then individually wipe them off. So it's quick. It's really quick. It's really easy, and it's very essential to maintaining your brushes and your health, because makeup can spread germs like nobody's business. So you want to make sure that you take care of that while you can. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and check out Afterglow Cosmetics for all the products used in this video, including the Organic Lavender Brush Cleanser. And you get 4 ounces, actually 4.05 ounces, and with only 1 to 2 squirts per brush, this is going to last you a really, really long time. So, thank you again for watching. Have a great day.